Hello and good evening. Good morning, probably by the time you watch this, or afternoon. Tonight, it is now 1 a.m. here on the East Coast, and tonight I'm going to be doing a birthday reading for the late Naya Rivera. Today would have been her 34th birthday. So, with that being said, I just wanted to do a reading for her birthday and see if she's got anything new to say since we did a reading for her back in August. And I'd like to thank everyone for their patience these last few months. It's been very difficult for me because we've had some issues going on with members of the paranormal community that are targeting other spirit sensitives and mediums and those that use spirit boxes. And I've been doing spirit boxes all summer with Corey, Naya, and Mark, along with a few others, but I have not posted any of that publicly because of what's been going on in the community. And that's why it's been tarot readings publicly only. Because if you haven't watched the other ones, I highly suggest you do, because so far everything's been right. And I do promise at some point I will be posting the spirit box sessions, but there's a lot of them from over the last 4 months. And I'm not as good with, editing videos to, so that you guys would be able to hear everything and see it captioned, because they're so long. They usually range from like 20 to 30-minute sessions straight through. And it's just coming over a normal Bluetooth speaker and my phone. It's the app I use on my phone. I use the Deadwave app, for those that are familiar with the Spirit Box apps. And it is legit. But there is sensitive information also with these Spirit Box sessions, which is also why I have not decided not to publicly post them yet, because I am waiting for a few things to be made public by Leah Michelle before I decide whether I want to post these or not. So with that being said, I'm going to do this reading. And I may or may not ever post these spirit boxes. It all depends what Leah decides to do, because with the fallout that happened over the summer, she's just now starting to get everything back together and get more comfortable with being back on social media. I don't think we'll ever see her son's face for security and privacy reasons, just because of all these people that have sent her death threats and hate messages. And I know she still gets them quite a bit. She's had to block people, but like I've said before in my other videos, guys, we've got more bigger problems going on in the world right now than the actions of one person that happened, or supposedly happened, more than 8 years ago. Well, in this case, really 5 or 6. But the actions of one certain person in Washington, D.C., however, that led to thousands of people storming the Capitol, however, that is way more important right now. Our nation is in danger here. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get this reading started. And this is just going to be a simple 12 card reading for her birthday. So, Naya, her first card that has come up, and I apologize, my cat has just decided to make herself present on this bed. The first card that has come up is a Ten of Swords, and this is a very important card because this is usually the death card. And right now, she's feeling like she's been stabbed in the back. Over something that has happened. I don't know if it's recently because of the sale of her house going in the market. I don't know if she feels like she feels betrayed that her family would sell the house instead of giving it to Josie and Ryan. But it could be too painful for them to live there, and that could be why they are selling it. But I've seen the pictures of the listing online, and her clothes are still in the closet. It looks like that house has not been touched since July. But whatever this betrayal or despair is, I'm not quite entirely sure what she's trying to tell us today on her birthday. But the next card is Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is usually a celebration. So, this is, she's saying, yes, it's my birthday. Everyone's celebrating. And if you've been following everything over the winter as well, too, over Christmas, over $100,000 was raised for Alexandria House in Los Angeles, a charity that Naya held very dearly, and she's very happy that all that money was raised when we conducted the Spirit Box sessions. That I hope to post someday. I really do. And like I said before, I would post them, but there's too much deceit and distrust going on YouTube and other parts of the paranormal community. I'm not being affected, and I'm hoping I won't ever be affected, but other members that I follow, there is a big problem going on, and I am trying to avoid getting stuck in the middle there. So again, this Four of Wands is a celebration. Birthday is, commemorates it. So it's her birthday. She's like happy it's her birthday. The Two of Pentacles. There's some priorities getting straightened out here, and again, I'm gonna go back to the sale of her house, and more likely they are wrapping up her estate, and that could more likely why they are probably selling the house is so it's they can finish with the estate and take care of it. Because you usually only have a certain amount of time to finish completing the inventory. And I remember when Corey passed, they didn't officially finish the inventory until I believe the end of 2013, I think, but it may have been 2014. I might have to go back and check on that here in a sec. But I know by the time Glee ended in 2015, the estate was finalized and was approved in court. So it did take almost 2 years for that to go through. So with this Two of Pentacles, I think she's telling us that the family is trying to, get everything prior their priorities straight when it comes to Naya's estate. She's keeping an eye on that. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Providing financially a working parent. So she's telling us that, Josie's going to be taken care of. Ryan's doing great with him. And she's just keeping an eye on them and making sure that Josie's financially provided for her. And again, I think it's got to do with the sale of the house. King of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed. This is usually a card where your feelings are focused on the most by yourself. However, this also means that there's some kind of vindictive person with emotional issues. So I am not entirely sure what she's coming across with this. There's some kind of drama going on. I don't know if it's someone in her family or if it's somebody with the Elite cast. But that's why I'm moving on to the next card. And this is the Sun card. And it's reversed. And I think she's feeling down. I don't know if it's because she's not happy she's, gone. She's, desperate to hold her son. Which, with the Sun card, I think this may well tie with Josie. So, I'm not entirely sure what she's worried about here. I think it has to do with Josie and her estate. And then the Seven of Wands. You have to pardon me. I had a glass of juice and it's giving me heartburn. So, the Seven of Wands, some kind of protection. So she's definitely protecting Josie for sure. Something's going on. It might be something else as well too, because the High Priestess card that follows it usually ends up having to do with sacred knowledge or intuition or secrets. So something is going on that she thinks there's some kind of secret still being protected. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. Then we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, there's usually imprisonment, victim mentality. So she feels trapped because she knows she can't do anything to help being on the other side of whatever's going on. And then that Knight of Pentacles. I apologize, I'm not sure. My husband's doing a live stream in the other room, so his voice might be picking up here. And I think it's because my door is open because the cat came in here. So, give me a moment here. There's that Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yep, and I'm gonna have to close my door, so pardon me for 1 second. Here, you guys. Okay. I apologize. This is what happens when you're stuck having me in the other room and you don't really have a place to sit down to do this. So, with the reverse Knight of Pentacles, excuse me, like I said, this heartburn's really bad tonight. This is relating to the house. It's, again, trying to, upkeep the home and money so that it can be sold. So I don't think she's necessarily upset that the house is being sold. I think she's just worried about if it's going to get sold and, if they'll get this estate settled without any issues. Her dad was going to auction off some extra copies of her book via Twitter, but I'm not sure when he's going to do that. I'd love to get one. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So with Nine of Wands, this is usually a test of faith or courage or resilience, which Naya was very much so. And as we established since her death, that she saved Josie's life by getting him back on the boat before she drowned. It just shows that how brave she was, that she was a hero. So this is just she's trying to stay strong, but all this is making her feel, worthless, that she, can't do anything from the other side to help her family. She really wishes she could. Most she can do is maybe talk to them if they can hear her. And I'm sure Josie might see her once in a while. Kids usually can see spirits up until a certain age. And there has been video documentation all over social media, people videotaping their little ones talking to empty space. And then saying it's a person that passed away that's close, and they've confirmed it's a person. And then finally, we have the Ace of Cups. So she definitely still have a connection to her family. She's feeling the love. She's giving love to you guys. She just wants to thank all of you for everything that you've done since her passing. She's just so full of love, which means to know that she is okay. So I'd like to try one more thing. I just said I was just going to do a 12-card reading, but it's usually these things tend to go a little quickly. I just want to do a quick yes or no, and I'm going to shuffle these one more time. And I want to see if I can try to get a hold of her one-on-one here. Okay, so with that being said, Naya Rivera, if you are here, can you please tell us, are you okay? Yes, she is okay. Now, it may look reversed to you in the camera, but I'm looking at it from my angle, and it looks like this, like so, yes, she is okay. Naya, are you worried for your family's financial issues with your estate? Yes, she is worried. And that's very interesting that that's the Ace of Wands, because I believe that is also another. The Ace of Wands, too, that is very interesting. That usually has to represent some sort of potential growth. So it's very interesting that that card happened to be the one that came up when I asked that question. Naya, are Corey Monteith and Mark Stalling with you right now? No, but this is the legacy card. So she's more likely telling us that she's with her family. What are you doing right now? That's my big concern. Are you with your family? No. Which means that she is in this room. Naya, we would like to know, do you think your death was an accident? No. She does not think her death was an accident. And that's the burden card. And that may be what she's carrying here. Naya, do you think your boat was sabotaged? Yes. That is very, very amazing. And this is the thirst for knowledge card. This is very intriguing that this is coming up. Naya, are you upset that your house is being sold? No. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. And lastly, Naya, do you have a message for us? No. Do you have a message for your Glee castmates? Yes. Ace of Pentacles. Which is very weird because that says a new financial or career opportunity. So I'm not sure what she means by that message. It's more like she's giving them the green light. So I think what I want to do is one more. Actually, no. Naya, is Corey with you? Yes. Okay, so Corey is here with us as well. But Mark is not. And that's very interesting considering that is the Knight of Wands. Sometimes I actually relate that card to Mark, but this means impulse. So Corey's shown up on an impulse here. So what I think I'm gonna do one more thing here. Corey and Naya, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to focus all your energy into the cards. And I'm gonna put my hand on top. I'm gonna count to 5. Okay, before I was rudely interrupted here, Corey, Naya, if you're still here, I'd like to try this one more time. Count to 5. If you draw all your energy into these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And help guide us to whatever it is that you would like to say to the world tonight. Okay. I have one that didn't want to go in, so I'm going to use that as my first card from them. Clearly, they're trying to tell us something, and that's very interesting because when it's magician's reversed like that, that's manipulation. So we're being manipulated here. They're saying the devil. That's very, very interesting. There's some kind of restriction. So I'm gonna have to keep going here and see what's going on here. The Two of Swords. There's some kind of indecision or information overload, some kind of stalemate. So there's some kind of stalemate going on. I don't know if this is them talking about the current events going on right now in Washington, D.C. or what. Then we have the Six of Swords reversed. There's some unfinished business, they're saying. So they're letting you guys know they've got some unfinished business that they need to take care of. They want our help. And whatever we can do, guys, please, I'm here to help you. I've been talking with you guys all summer and winter, and I will help you guys any way I can. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So with that Seven of Pentacles, when it's reversed, they're worried about lost relationships. So I think this may have to do with the Glee cast. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, because this card also suggests about investments and financial things. The Seven of Swords. So again, this is betrayal, deception. So there is some kind of deception going on here, and I think it may have to do with the Glee cast. The Hangman card. And sometimes I relate this card to Mark because of his passing. But when it's upright, it usually means surrender or letting go, or new perspectives. So I'm going to keep digging here. And Five of Pentacles. This is usually the worry card. But when it's usually spiritual poverty or recovery from financial loss when it's reversed. So, I mean, this is like anxiety over isolation and money. Again, I don't know what they're trying to tell me here. There's just some kind of betrayal and deception going on. And again, anxiety. So they're very worried. You know what you guys are worried about. Queen of Wands. This is very interesting too, because sometimes, I mean, independence, courage, confidence, determination. Public recognition. Some kind of public recognition that they want. The truth. And I think this may have to do with either their deaths or one of the other cast members, something going on with them. Could have been maybe with Leah Michelle. With all the hate that she got over summer. I know before Naya died that they were trying to, they'd already repaired the relationship, and I know she was staying quiet on that. Queen of Cups. This heartburn is really killing me. Now, it's funny that these come up, and then we have another female card that follows it. So I think this has to do with either Naya or Leah, or one of the other girls in the cast, because it's about compassion, caring, emotionally stable, intuitive, and in flow. So this could be Leah because she's gotten stable back again without having to deal with crap going on. We have that Two of Pentacles reversed again. That's, I remember last time it was up, right now it's reversed. Uh, there's some kind of disorganization going on with whatever this betrayal or deception is. So there was some kind of lost opportunity. And I remember doing a reading a while back. Back in August, we learned, Gloria Estefan said they were working on, her and Naya were working on music together. So maybe she's still worried about that too as well. Then this Nine of Wands. This Nine of Wands always comes up that there's some kind of boundaries or something going on. Again, I trying to figure out what this is. Come on, guys, you have to like do better than that. I'm apologizing and then putting a road down here just to do this, so that I can move this out of the way, so that you know it's legit. I'm not trying to dupe anyone. It's just hard when you only have so much room on this. And that's very interesting. Knight of Pentacles. Again, sometimes I tie that to mark any knight cards, because he's kind of like the beta of the group when we're talking. Some kind of routine. And that Nine of Pentacles, some kind of independence. This Temperance card usually means patience. There's a purpose. And with that Wheel of Fortune, this is usually some kind of, means life cycles are a turning point. But it's a burden. And there's some kind of resistance to change. And I need to know who. I do not know who this is. We had the Hangman earlier. Letting go of the past. So they're asking you guys to just leave. They're asking you to leave Leah alone. They're still sending that message. The hate's not as bad as it used to be. She's been getting a lot of positivity lately, but there are still a few trolls here and there. And that's what they're trying to tell you, is just let it go. It's been almost, 6 months. It's been 6 months, actually. I take that back. It's actually been 7. And her son's going to be 5 months on Inauguration Day. So, yes, I do feel that they're still sending the message of that they're watching you guys, that you trolls out there that think you can get away with cyberbullying Leah Michelle. That's what they're telling me. I just want to do one more row real quick here and see if I get anything important before I end this video. Another Knight card that these two I also tend to put with Mark too. So Mark's more likely here as well. This is very interesting. Yes. So this star, again, to your they're here for a purpose. And that Ten of Pentacles, they're looking out for their family, but they're very worried about their family. And they're talking about their Glee family. They're talking about Leah. They're talking about Heather Morris. They're talking about Cord Overstreet, Diana Agron. I mean, the entire cast and crew. This whole summer has affected everybody. And it's not just because of what happened with this backlash on Leah. I mean, it's been the pandemic. It's been they haven't been able to work. Filming shows they only started back up, a couple months ago, and for a lot of these series, but there's so much at stake that you have to be careful that some of them are just not working because they want to stay home and stay safe. And that Ten of Cups too is another one that's a big one too. I mean, you know, relationships are struggling. There's a disconnection because of everything that's been going on. But with that Tower, there's going to be a revelation of some kind with this, and with that Knight of Wands that I usually do that mark, but it's reversed. There's a delay though. Whatever this revelation is, there's still a big delay, and more and more, I'm starting to think it has to do with Leah, because she has been off of social media except for Instagram, and she still has not shown her son's face. And I do not believe it's just for privacy reasons. There is more to it than we know. There's more to the story. And that Page of Swords reverse, again, that's another one I contribute to Mark. But it's reversed. And this is all talk and no action. So there's some kind of haphazard action going on with this, and I do believe even with this Four of Swords reverse, this is exhaustion, burned out, or deep contemplation. Page of Pentacles. Some kind of procrastination. So I do believe this is tying in again to Leah's son. Because there's that eight of Swords again. And some kind of negativity when it's upright, but when it's reversed, releasing negative thoughts. So it's the opposite. So they're saying get rid of the negativity, stay positive, let Leah be Leah. Let her do what she's got to do. She's very... That Queen of Swords, I definitely know this is Leah now because, I mean, direct communication, unbiased judgment, and that Hierophant's big too because this is usual spirituality, or beliefs, tradition. So whatever she hasn't been able to do because of the negativity and the hate, Nine Courier saying that it's time to move on. So thank you guys very much for that, and happy birthday, Naya. And one last thing that I would like to try to do here, I'd like to see if I get any jumpers. Unfortunately, I have very small hands, so just the top two, which we're just on the thing. So that's just them saying. So anyways, that's my reading for Naya's birthday, and thanks guys for watching. And like I said, I'm hoping to get the green light to post these videos soon. But it's all going to depend on what's going on in the YouTube world with our paranormal community. Because of this, there's some things going down. And some big things are going to go down within the next few weeks, we hope, to where nobody will have to be afraid to try to make a buck on YouTube. That's why I'm kind of glad I don't have a crap load of subscribers right now, because I'm just trying to get a creator account with everything that's been going on. That's why I've avoided putting all these videos on YouTube publicly. They're only unlisted. for now. So with that being said, because what I usually do is I will upload it to YouTube, put it unlisted, and then slow the speed down so that I can play back and listen. The software I use usually to edit, the feature for that's not as good as on YouTube. So it's easier for me to go back and slow it down and hear what's being said with my app when I'm doing the spirit box sessions. And I did do one a few weeks ago, like I said. I've been talking to Corey, Naya, and Mark quite a bit because Corey is my spirit guide, and I have gone and done the meditation, and he's been there, so I know that's why I'm having not as much difficulty as some people communicating with him from the other side. But I did do one for Dawn Wells the night she passed a few weeks ago, and I was going to upload that, but then all this drama started unfolding, and I figured I'd be better off not officially posting it publicly. But it was great because we heard Bob Denver and we heard Russell Johnson, and they mentioned Tina Louise's name, and these responses were so A-class, crystal clear, that my friend that helps me review the footage was like so dumbfounded, and she lives down in Mexico, so I send her the link. So this is what it's proof that my spirit box is real, because I'm sending this to friends in other countries to confirm, and we make lists and we write down everything we hear, and we've both been coming up with the same thing. So thanks guys, please click subscribe. I still would like you guys to subscribe, but like I said, I'm not putting in my spirit boxes up for privacy and personal reasons right now because of everything that's been going on. Because I don't want to be accused of something that's not true. Be called fake, which I'm not. You've seen me do these tarot readings practically live as I'm recording them. I don't edit this footage or anything. You've seen me shuffle these cards and flip them as I go. There's no manipulation whatsoever. And it's the same with the spirit box. Everything is in real time from when I film this. If I go back and edit any footage before I post it, it's more likely just to add captions so that you guys can hear it. And I am standing by my friend that is being targeted on YouTube right now. It's Cody ITC, and he's very good at what he does, and he has great equipment that I really wish I had. It would make my job a lot easier as well too when I'm trying to conduct sessions. But if you go to his channel, he explains everything that's been going on, and I'm sure more than likely the video might have been taken down by now if you can't find it. He's asked other people to go ahead and copy and post it, and I just haven't been able to. Because I've been very busy with school lately. I'm almost done. I have 3 classes left now. I have a bachelor's degree finally. Yay! So thank you. Please subscribe and check out Cody ITC's YouTube channel, and please help him out. He's 100% legit, and I'm very angry at what other members of the community are doing to him, because they feel like they're losing business because they think this is a business. This is not a business, to be honest. Anything I would earn if I was making money would go right back into this channel, my channel. I'd be putting it into equipment to, I wouldn't be just pocketing the money and, paying bills. It's all going back to equipment. And that's the same when I'm doing my tarot readings. And I'm charging people for them so that I can, put it back into equipment. Like this deck of tarot cards, I've spilled so much crap on them, and I've been able to buy a new deck. So I'm hoping to get a few more decks, so I have some more decks. Like I'd like some spiritual message ones. I like the number ones that I see a lot. They're just so expensive, and that's why I'm desperately trying to get this channel up and running. So please spread the word. And that's why I made all the tarot readings public again. that's why they were down for so long too, is everything that's been going on with us, with the YouTube community and the negativity and the hate. I was also doing it out of respect for Naya and Corey and Leah with the whole madness going on, that I just didn't want people coming on and harassing over it. And that's why I finally only made them public again a few weeks ago, just because everything seemed to be getting back to normal for the most part. So thank you guys. And next week we'll have a new president sworn in and possibly the old one impeached. I'm very much believing starting tomorrow that we will have a vote. If not tomorrow, Wednesday, there will be a vote by the House. It's all going to come down to whether the Senate gets it out of their butts before the 19th, because otherwise the trial will go after Biden's sworn in, and then it may really change here. So I'm going to be doing some predictions on my Twitter later, Ms. Holly Christine. With that said, keep an eye out, because these will be some very important predictions that I've foreseen, and they may pertain to you, they may pertain to a loved one, they may pertain to a celebrity, but they're ready to go, and I'm ready to post them. And cross your fingers, guys, that these last 8 days are peaceful. I saw that Capitol riot coming. I knew something bad was going to happen. And if anybody out there thinks it's okay for that to happen, no. You are sick, twisted in the head, and should not even deserve to be a United States citizen because you were a treason. You were committing treason against your country. So I laugh at all these people that got put on the no-fly list. Karma is a bitch. What goes around comes around, guys. So learn to love your neighbor, respect them, and accept facts. And not believe lies, because everything you've been told by our outgoing president is a lie. And you've been brainwashed. And I will tell you, I've been brainwashed before, and I've been down that road by someone very close to me. And it took me a long time to get out of that brainwash. So I pray for you and hope that you find God's light and accept his love and confess your sins and turn your life around. Okay? Peace out.